What's going on, Wolfpack fam? It's your boy Kid. We back at it again. Hope everyone is doing great. Got some more Ricky Gervais in the house today, guys. Continuing season 2. This is episode 8, entitled Future. Let's get it.
One prediction for the future, Carl, is from an academic study, what the world will be like in about 75 years from now. And a big prediction they're sort of sure of is that androgyny will rule. But soon you won't even need a female or a man in your life. You'll just need the egg or sperm. And you'll be able to have any coupling you want or not. Thoughts, Carl?
That isn't what I've heard.
I like
What were you
sex.
I heard that.
So you read an academic study, Rick, but let's find out what Carl's been reading.
I heard we're all going to go ugly.
Different point, though, isn't it?
It's
That's
a
a
completely
different
different point, that. Not listening to a word Ricky said. But
No,
go
it's
on.
just if we all sort of go ugly, that will sort the population
He gets an
problem out.
extra syllable in the word ugly. 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 Ugly.
Yeah. So that just sorts the population out because people aren't sort of having it away left, right, and centre.
Well, no. Well, then that doesn't sort of. What do you mean?
Sorry, Rick, I don't understand what the hell he said there.
Are you saying because everyone's ugly, everyone won't want to have it away more with the ugly person?
Yeah.
Okay, I still don't. You seem to understand what he's talking about, Rick. I'm still confused.
But what he thinks is that if we're all ugly, then we still have this strange paradigm of beauty that won't exist, so we won't fancy anyone as much.
No, they'll still sort of fancy, because at the end of the day, we're animals, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we'll still have it away, but
Yeah.
not as much as they'd like to do now because it's all based on looks.
Sorry, but what's
So we're going to have ugly sex now? What's going on?
this got to do
What's
with what
this
Ricky
world
said?
like? Describe
Ricky's-
a typical town or country
It's
set to me.
exactly right. Imagine London, you've still got the gherkin, you've still got the big wheel. That's
Right.
It's just everyone's ugly.
Right, and they're doing all the same jobs, are they?
Everyone's still, the
So
world's got to carry on.
What do they look like? What's ugly?
Just imagine, like, I've never seen anyone when you've just gone, look at that.
Yeah.
Right, well, like that.
Yeah, but hold on, because it's not
No,
like
because
a strict.
we have got better looking, haven't we? If I look back now
Yeah.
at a school photo,
Yeah.
you look at my class and you go, what was going on then? Well, you can't tell the difference between some of the girls and the blokes.
When he said we've got better looking, I thought he was going to talk about cavemen, not his school photo. I mean, what happened there? There's been no evolution in that time. What are you talking about, Carl?
We've got better looking now, haven't we?
But we
Yeah,
will
right.
change.
Yeah, we'll
Probably not in
change. There's little
75
things.
years.
I mentioned before about your little finger. There'll come a time when that'll go. I've watched it. I've kept an eye on what my little finger's doing. Sometimes it does nothing. It never helps out. All the others are grabbing older stuff. That one just sort of sits there watching. So you could get rid of that, and I think that will go in evolution.
Think of the book.
Damn. I actually always have problems with this one right here, especially when holding the PlayStation controller. My shit always gets numb. I don't know what it is. I probably got just too small of hands or some shit. But this shit is always getting me in trouble. You're falling asleep on me.
Books he could have read when he was doing that, when he was monitoring his little finger.
I've been watching my little finger. But again, if you shaved a caveman, he's basically us. He's basically us.
Well, he's basically Carl.
Yeah.
I think what's more interesting about the future, Carl, is the fact that technology integrated with humans will be fascinating. So, for instance, they're talking about the fact that in the future we may even be able to have chips in our head that allow us to access the internet or an equivalent of it
that would be
directly,
crazy.
mentally.
So
imagine that.
To say, not French fries. It doesn't
But
mean
hang
that.
on though, at what point are we us then?
Yeah, this is good.
Go on, go on.
Go on.
No, because if I can go on the internet at any time, then that's going to know more than me.
What does that mean?
Okay.
When I don't know an answer to something now, which is a lot of stuff,
Really?
Go on.
you
Yeah.
watch University Challenge,
Yeah.
and the stuff them kids on that know. I just think, where have they stored that? For me, if something doesn't get used within a time period, that's it.
But again,
It's forgotten about.
basically, you've got about the same hardware
I
as
haven't.
those people.
Honest to God, I haven't. I know I haven't. So what I'm saying is, if I want to know the answer to something, I go on the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if I've got a chip in my head with Google on it,
Yeah.
I'm never going to use my head. I'll just be forever on Google.
I'm never going to use my head.
Well, I'm not, because
what do you
what's
think
the
your
point?
head is, though?
Because I'm going to get it wrong. The chances are I'll get it wrong, so divert that. It's like saying...
No, you can't bypass the brain straight to Google. When you're having a chat socially, it's not like they're going, all right, Carl, how are you? And you're not there. You're asleep and Google's talking. I think you'll find that they're...
No, only
You want to see naked ladies? Come this way.
No, only for questions, though, that I don't know. But what I'm saying is, because I don't know a lot of the answers, I'll just say, forget it, leave it connected to Google. So then I'm not me anymore.
Well, what are you doing? Where's you gone?
I'm looking at Google.
So it is you.
No, but what Steve just said is, we'll have a chip in our head
Right.
that can access the internet.
Right.
So why bother
But
using my
you're
own
still
knowledge?
the go-between. You, Carl, are the go-between between the internet and whatever your
But you
mouth
can't
says.
beat the internet.
Yes,
You
but
can't,
you're
he
the
knows everything.
Where does Google get the information from in the first place?
Someone on one of them bright people on University Challenge has put it on.
Yeah, a human being.
So, but I'm going to get lazier. I don't watch University Challenge and go, I want to be like them. I'm going to start reading books. I've accepted I'm never going to be like them. I can't play along. All I tend to do is I say to Suzanne, right, so every question now, I'm going to have egg as the answer. And I'm hoping that one day...
What an amazing game!
One day he's gonna get that egg answer right.
An amazing
Because-
intellectual pursuit. That is-
What a lucky lady.
What does Suzanne say to that?
Well, she just sees if it works. She just plays along, and then I'm saying, oh, it might be this one, whatever.
I love that, because I remember once, it was about 5 years ago, Carl and Suzanne were round near Christmas, and me and Jane were there. We were playing different parlour games, like charades and that, and then one game, you have to do that thing where you have to beat, and you have to do animals, and you have to go... first one is A, then B. So you say aardvark, next one goes beaver, next one goes cat. It came to Carl, he panicked, and he went egg.
I love that his Ricky's lady just reminds me of the Flintstones and the Jetsons in between those things. I just like the animation. It's really cool.
And he was on air.
Egg.
So you're sat there watching University Challenge, and on a good night, it's, well-known jeweller Fabergé's, well-known for his jewel-encrusted egg. Humpty Dumpty is commonly pictured as a living egg. Sometimes
I'm
it's
saying,
extraordinary.
if you keep saying the same thing, eventually, it's
get
like a
an answer
broken
right.
watch.
Carl
It's
Pilkington's
always
head
right,
looks
innit?
like hay.
Yeah.
I've just got more chance of getting it right.
Sure.
But also, he told me when he plays University Challenge, he says he's given up ever trying to get an answer. So now he tries to guess who's going to answer the question. Another great game. Suzanne's roped in on. Unbelievable. How'd you do with that?
That's
I'm
not...
normally all right on that.
Normally all right.
There's got to be something else.
But there's another evolution thing though. When you watch brainy people on that, or wearing glasses,
Yeah.
what does that tell you?
Damn.
We are reading too much. We're wearing the eyes out.
Shit, I got glasses because I did not listen to my folks early on, and I was playing video games really, really close up. What do you guys think? Should we have these freaking chips that would give us access to Google? I could swore I've seen a lot of movies with some sort of chips, mind control, some shit like that. So would you guys be down with that? I mean, if we had some chip, that means what? I can't use my computer anymore. I can't play my games. I don't know. Or do I have just quick access to porn? I mean, you're probably gonna get demonetized for that shit, but whatever. Who cares? Yeah. So I mean, maybe the good parts would be access to porn. I mean, right there. Beep. All right, let's go, baby.
And that you
Maybe.
can't argue with that because the evidence
Well,
is
you
there.
can. Okay, one more go. What do
Right.
you mean?
The chip in the brain isn't part of filling your head with stuff. The journey of filling it with that stuff.
That'd be my tracker.
What do you mean?
Whereas if say if you had a baby, the baby pops out, it cries a bit. You go, right, what do you want your baby to be interested in? And you say, I want it to be a plumber. You go, right, when it's 2,
Plumber.
we're going to stick a plumber chip in its head.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not right, is it?
No.
That'd be crazy, though, guys.
I don't know why you chose plumber either.
Out of all the jobs in the world, you chose a plumber. But wouldn't that be crazy? Have a baby, put a chip, and they just freaking master whatever you chose. That'd be actually pretty darn freaking interesting. So that's an actual cool thing that he suggested. That's a nice idea, Carl.
Well, we still need plumbing.
I like
Yeah,
it.
we do, but
It's odd that they would have chosen, but they've got such
yeah.
such kind of
It's
small
what his
ambitions for
it's
their
what his
babies.
granddad did, and they want the sort of the thing to go through the business. They own a plumbing business. They want the baby to carry on the business of the plumbing.
They want the baby to be able to plumb.
Well, what about this chip in the head?
But you've made this
But you've
up.
made the scenario
They're
up.
not putting chips in babies' heads.
I thought you said they were.
No, what?
No,
when
I
did I
didn't
say
say
that?
that.
I never said that.
I think Steve's right, and I don't know. I haven't read it, but I imagine he's saying it's the next step in convenience with technology and an interface between a human and a research tool or fun. You know, computers went from being the size of a room to a thing you can wear on your watch. So the next step may be, you won't forget your palm top, you won't forget your iPod, you won't forget your laptop.
crazy.
It's in there. It's an interface.
I know, but it makes us lazy.
Carl, it's not a question of. It's not that Google is now Carl. It looks like Carl, but it's just spouting, little pop-ups about offers you can buy and cheap holidays here and there.
He's not the man I'm married.
Right, look at it like this.
Jesus.
Look, I see it all the time now.
Go on.
You go, where are you going to someone? And they go, I'm going to Dorset.
Aye.
Oh, aye, what road are you taking? Don't know, just pop on the sat-nav. Now, that's a start, isn't it?
Okay. Let's act that out with me, okay? I'm going away for the weekend, Carl.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Dorset.
Oh, yeah. Are you getting there?
Car.
Driving,
All right,
baby.
yeah, which way are you going?
Don't know. Why do you want to know?
Oh, just making a friendly chat. I'm interested in geography. Which way are you going?
Well, I don't know really. I've got a sat nav in my car, and I'm getting there. And what do you mean? What?
Bit lazy, isn't it?
Well, I'm not a pigeon. I don't.
I mean, you got an A to Z.
Well, yeah, but it's on a computer. The A to Z. What's the difference between looking at an A to Z and?
Bit lazy, though.
Not really. No. Why? Why is it any different that I've got it computerized so I can go along? A to Z's a bit dangerous, isn't it? It's a bit. Don't go to A to Z when you're driving along.
Clive, who are you talking to? Because we need to hit the road. We need to get going.
Why is this fucking idiot who wants to know what road I'm
Sorry.
taking, which is a fucking boring thing to ask anyway.
Sorry, who is this twat?
Oh shit, I love the way they're ripping on him right now. I'm actually thankful for GPS because me and reading maps do not go hand in hand. I would have been lost, went to some Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit, saw Leatherface or some shit. But you see how just casually, this fucking idiot here, this twat. I love the way it's just casual to them, the way they just diss him. I love it.
Because we really got to
He's a
get going.
fucking dickhead. I think he's an A to Z salesman by the door. I mean,
Just tell him we're using the sat nav because it's the quickest, most efficient way of doing it.
It's the quickest, most efficient way of doing it.
No,
Okay.
but look what's
Who
happened.
the fuck are you?
Would Columbus found America if he'd had a sat nav?
Yes.
No, he
He'd have
wouldn't.
put in America and it would have taken him
He
to
wouldn't. He
America.
only found it because he got lost. Now, if everybody just goes,
Hold on. How would an undiscovered country be on a sat nav?
no,
Go on.
but I just
What's
mean
the difference between the sat nav and the map in that regard?
because I've found some lovely little cafes on roads I've never been on.
And I've instantly gone from finding a continent to a little cafe.
I love that.
Little greasy
I
spoon.
am off to discover the unknown world. Where are you going? Well, I don't know yet. It's the unknown world. What are you taking? Just a boat. All lazy swim, you cunt.
Swim, you cunt.
I love the fact that he's so Luddite now, he's annoyed at the sat-nav. I mean, you'd have probably given Columbus a hard time. Oh, got a compass. Don't you know where north is, you twat?
I just think there's something in being lost. I never feel lost. I just think, I've had a diversion. Because you find new things. I'm forever going
Meanwhile,
down.
Suzanne's asking the French peasant where the...
Just think,
Damn, the French president. See, the thing is, his lady, Suzanne, she got to have the patience of an angel dealing with that stuff. I mean, getting lost, not the most pleasant thing, especially if you on a time crunch. But I like, though, that he does see the positive in situations and stuff. That's something I can take. Try to see the positive in all situations, even if it's a bad one, you know?
Columbus.
All right, what's the most interesting thing you found when lost?
Like I say, they normally... I found a shop that was like a fancy dress shop.
Amazing.
Do you need fancy dress stuff?
Dressed
you
up
never
as
go
Columbus,
out. You
went
never
and
go
bought a
out.
sat-nav, went to Dorset for the weekend.
You never go out. Why do you need a fancy dress shop? That sounds like the one thing you would hate is fancy dress.
Yeah, but I like looking at the. They have like a space helmet in there.
Right, so you found a fancy dress shop. Where are you supposed to be going that you had time to get sidetracked and go in a...
I think I was going to a meeting. Just cut.
Amazing, that's the last time.
You want to get lost.
You don't want to get lost,
No,
do
because
you?
I always give myself loads of time because I get lost a lot. I always give myself.
sat
Get a
nav.
sat-nav.
No, I'm just saying that's how you find little treats along the way. And next time you pass it, or next time someone says, "Do you know where the fancy dress shop is?" You go, "Yeah, I do."
You go, I have no idea because I was lost. I didn't know where it was.
No, normally I'll
Oh,
learn.
I'm not going to tell you, lazy cunt. Have you got an AZ? Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, find it yourself, you lazy twat.
Up yours. Nice.
So
What have you learned? You keep going on about all this learning. What have you learned?
What have you learned? Okay, sum
When?
up mankind's foray into the future. I want this. This will be the introduction to a book about the future. It will then be read in 100 years' time and go, Carl Pilkington was the most prophetic genius that's ever walked the earth. These are his words from 2010.
Just some predictions that you
Just,
think.
no,
things that
just
you-
sum it up. Just sum it up. I believe. Start off with, I, Carl Pilkington, believe that mankind in the future will. Okay, start off
and
with
then
that
what?
sentence.
Just have like a top 5.
Well, no, or just
Or maybe just predictions.
Just
yeah,
predictions. how it could
okay,
be in
yeah,
the future.
okay, yeah.
So
and
just-
then a little thing to remember. And remember ye this. So I, Carl Pilkington, predict that in the future mankind will. Start off with that. Start off with that sentence. I've given you that one.
All right, I'm Carl, and the future.
He's already gone off road.
It's a scary place, but the future's got to happen. Right? There's no getting away from that.
Yep. Okay, your predictions are.
Well, we're all.
It's not a soundbite.
Keep going.
Hang on a
Give him
minute.
space.
Okay,
Give him
go on.
space.
This
Give
is
him
in a
time.
book. I've got to think about. I don't
Okay.
want to get it wrong.
Think. Okay. Think first. Think, and then say it. Okay. Starting from now, these words of wisdom will be inscribed on a wall of a museum one day. Proceed.
I think trousers are going to be stopped being made. Just because
Right.
you see kids now, they've got pants around their ankles. They're going further and further down. So I think that's evolution, just getting rid of the trouser.
Right.
It's just dropping naturally.
Make it.
That's the evolution of the trouser because it's dropping incrementally
Well, you see now, you
down
can see
the
kids'
arse.
underpants, so they're just dropping.
Yeah.
I think they'll get to a point when they just don't bother wearing them anymore.
Right.
Prediction one.
Okay,
That's an amazing one.
They'll stop making trousers in the future.
Good,
Okay.
good one.
We're going to get weaker. That's already happened. They used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now they're saying eat 5 fruits.
Right.
So we've definitely that's evidence. You can't argue with that. I'd probably put that first because the guy's right. What's number 2? So swap that round.
Okay, that's number
Give
one.
him the pants second.
Yep.
Weaker.
I'm gonna die.
Okay,
They
number
used
3.
to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. They used to say. They used to say pull your trousers up. Now they say put them down. You can.
Killing me today.
That's such fucking dribble.
Number 3.
Did he actually fall off in the podcast, guys? Oh, shit.
Right, number 3. Oh, the scholars are now waiting with bated breath when they find this old scroll, and they go, "Ooh, what can number 3 be?"
I reckon we'll blend all our food.
Oh God!
No, because
He thought that he was going to make a point about race. But he said, I never thought it would be. We'll blend all our food.
like they do for babies, you mean?
I just think when you think about all the stuff we eat now, cavemen chewing on big lumps of meat.
Yeah.
We had wisdom teeth.
Yep.
Now they say, "Well, take them out. You're not using them."
Yeah.
Why not using them? Because your food's soft.
Yep.
Sorbet.
Yeah.
Soups.
Yeah.
you know, everything's softer,
Just
isn't it? When
those
you get
two,
an
yeah.
avocado, they say, is it soft? Everyone's squeezing the food before they buy it.
Yeah.
No one wants anything tough.
Yeah.
So I think chewing is a sort of
It's
will be the thing of the past. We haven't got the time to chew. Everyone's like, hurry up, eat that. You don't have to go out for dinner with Ricky. He's like, hurry up. Like, I'm still eating
Well, he
it.
does blend his food, I think.
I would not
Okay,
like
so
that.
blending food.
Great.
I reckon... what else do we do now? So I've done teeth. Done trousers. I've come up with this idea. It's sort of like glasses, but you can live wherever you want to live.
What do you mean?
Everything that's real, you're not looking at that anymore. This is really the future. I'd put this at number 10. This is like...
We're only doing 5. Fuck me.
So what you mean is that you look through the glasses and instead of seeing what the real world, you see a tropical
what you want to
paradise.
see. So if you're a young kid and you like the idea of living in the urban ghetto
Yeah.
with all graffiti on the walls and that, you can see that.
Yeah, but hold on. Are you walking round? Because you'll be bumping into stuff, won't you?
No.
Why not?
No, what you mean is that the stuff that's there in the real world is being digitally reimagined
Yeah.
in your glasses. So what was a nice country lane is suddenly now an
It's
urban
got loads
ghetto.
of graffiti on it.
Sure.
Absolutely mental, pointless, will
But-
never work. Absolutely
But
one of
all
the
the-
maddest things you've ever said.
Really weird, that one.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could be done.
It will,
I reckon it could be easily
Why
done.
would it be? Okay,
Because-
that last one, that's number 4. That's a load of bollocks. So what's number 5?
The third one I hate the most so far out of these 4.
There'll be more letters in the alphabet.
Why?
Why?
Oh, wait.
Because we're running out of words now, aren't we?
No, we're not running out of
No, we
words.
are. We are definitely running out
Just
of
using,
words.
No.
just using the letters we've already got and
yeah.
making new words.
Yeah, we're making, yeah.
No, but we haven't got enough now.
Of course we have. Have you any idea? You could have a word with 9 L's
Yes.
before you run out.
Yeah, and they do in Wales and what have you. That's because their alphabet is shorter than ours. They've only got something like 24 letters over there.
Right.
They go mental with the L. now, what we do is we've got 26 letters, but we are now struggling.
We're not
struggling.
struggling at all.
We are.
We're not. Let me say stupid.
Boswallocks in shampoo. Now there's a word where they've gone, well, we've invented something here. We've got something we're putting in shampoo.
Boswallocks?
Boswallocks.
Is this a real shampoo, guys? Educate me.
Just made that up.
No, it's that. It's
don't
now
know.
they go. New with Boswellots and ceramide art. Yeah, but that's a new word because they have to. They come up with a new word.
But it's a terrible word.
Why?
Boswallocks.
It's another word.
Is that real? You've missed
Yeah.
that out,
I haven't. That's a real
Boswellocks,
word.
yeah.
Now this is what I'm saying. So years ago, when they came up with all the sensible ingredients,
Go on.
sodium. That sounds. That sounds all right.
He likes sodium. He doesn't
happy
like
with that.
Because it
Boswellots.
sounds like something in it, like an ingredient.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're used to it.
Is this a load of Boswellocks? Are you winding me up,
No,
the two of
it's
you?
real.
It's real, and that's because 26 letters. We've wasted them. Years ago, we went mental with the, pneumonia, sticking a P on it, and there's loads of words where you go, "What's that letter doing in there?" Whereas now, they can't do that. They've gone, "Whoa, pull that back. Why is that letter there?" And now you've got stuff like abbreviations and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's not waste letters. Let's just control it a little bit. Cars are called things like, GTI or something, because they're going, well, I can't think of the word to call this. So they're giving them letters.
Vehicle, baby.
Think of a word now. Think of a word that hasn't been made up.
What do you mean?
Well, tell me a word that hasn't been made up.
All words have been made up.
No, one that hasn't. That could be used. Say if I invent something now to put in shampoo, what can I call it? Quick.
Cranberry.
No, it's too close to that. No, we can't get that past the advertising person.
Scrimpton.
Scrimpton.
Yeah.
It took Ricky 2 goes and you accepted his second one.
Well, I think we've sorted out the future.
Do not want more letters in the alphabet. Oh, wait.
Since, obviously, the days of Nostradamus, there's been many people who've tried to foresee the future. Carl, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but there's endless, predictions. Apparently there are other planets that may collide with ours. There's some scientific basis on this. But if you knew with certainty that today was the end of the world, how would you spend that final day? So, for instance, I've always wanted to smash up a bar. Do you know what I mean? It's strange, but I've always wanted the exhilaration of just smashing all those bottles, like you see in a film.
But would you enjoy it as much knowing that you're going to die in 8 hours?
I don't know, I suppose it's the sense of abandon. You know, I mean, maybe I'd murder a person. You know,
Wow.
just see, you know, I don't know, but I think I'd probably go mental.
Because
I've always been a very reserved person, you know, I've never got into a fight, never caused a rumpus.
Yeah, but that's a worrying thought because
You're scary.
we don't have to have the end of the world for it to be the end of your world, because a lot of people know that they're terminally ill, so they don't go around smashing up bars and killing people.
But I suppose I know there'll be no repercussions ultimately because
They're
the
gonna die
next day
anyway.
everyone's gone, so
Yeah,
there's not going to be mourning families.
But then how dare you deprive that person of his last 8 hours or 10 hours of life?
I don't care because it's the last day on Earth.
Man.
What would you do?
Savage.
I've always wanted to kick a duck up the arse.
Pick a duck up his... What the duck do to you, man? Why? Oh, what? Interesting. I do like those type of questions. There was plenty of songs that I listened to 24 Hours to Live, but if you had a couple hours, you could say 24, 8, 10, whatever number you want to say, guys. What would you do in your last hours to live? I definitely know, because I'm a fatty at heart. I'm eating up all the freaking food as possible. Everything, shit that I probably couldn't eat anymore. Eating all the bacon in the world and making all the sandwiches, burgers, pizza, you name it. One thing I definitely would like to do, eat up a lot of food. Definitely a lot of shacks. Guys, definitely going to have that for the last couple of hours that I'm going to live. You got to go out with a bang. I don't have the urgency to beat up people. We've fought in our younger days. We don't need to rekindle that. So we don't have the urge that Steve does to go on a freaking bar fighting brawl. But it'll be very interesting, guys, for you guys to tell me last hours to live. Hypothetical question: what would you guys do with it? As I think about it more, I'll probably try to add another comment of what I would like to do. I'll probably post a question for you guys as well on it, just to remind you guys. But fantastic episode. I like the chip idea. I thought that was actually a good idea. With the chip, then it can be whatever you want. I probably wouldn't have chose a plumber, maybe scientist or something that will help. Doctor, something that I think would benefit the world. I would probably have done if we could do that. So you guys can answer that question too, guys. What'd you think of the episode? If you liked it, give it a like. Let me know your thoughts below, guys. Thank you guys for all the love and the support. We'll see you next time. Peace and love. Peace.